Welcome back to the STB, as in bobsled podcast, Secure the Bag. And I'm your host, Rachel/Ruby. Call me what you want, doesn't matter. Either way, we're back with another episode, bobsled, because we're in the Christmas spirit, even though bobsleds really don't have shit to do with Christmas. But, it's like nice and cozy and cold, and it's like a snow sport, right? So that's what I got. Anyways, so last week, our episode was all about like my best night ever, right? Like my $4,000 night with the gentleman that was just overall a great sport. He was phenomenal. And he's the one that gave me the idea for the Amex Gold Card, which I ended up applying for like a couple months or maybe a month after that. So he was great. Anyways, let's get right into it. Next episode, we're still in April. Remember, I'm still on that journey to 20K in like 20 days or 17 days, something like that. So let's see what happens. I think the night of the 4K was like Saturday, I'm pretty sure. And then it was Saturday. And then the next time I made a blog post or like a document was on Monday. So I took that Sunday off, which really is kind of fucked up because when I have that much momentum, I just shouldn't have like stopped, but I guess Monday ended up doing me well just off of the fucking first sentence that I'm reading. So it says, Monday, you've done me well. My second best night in stripper history was tonight. So my first night was on Saturday. My second night is on Monday. Like, it's just perfect. I know some of the readers are probably thinking, damn, you must be new since you keep having all these good nights, beginner's luck. Nope, I've been in the game for a while now, and I'm on a big streak, which the game would literally be like less than a year, like 6 months. No, maybe like 8. That can happen when you take some of the advice I put on the blog. I only post about the things I've done myself, and that's why I feel like I can give some great pointers because I'm not a retired dancer. I'm still doing my thing. Oh my God, bro, I'm not about to read this. I said I'm still doing my thing and dropping it low. I feel like my mom. Anyways, keep reading. How to make great money on slow nights. Any night can technically be a slow night, right? I guess it depends on you. If you're not walking around and talking to people, it doesn't matter how many people are in the club. If you're not talking to anyone, it's going to be a slow night for you. Well, Mondays are usually the worst. A majority of the girls won't show up unless it's weekend because they can basically guarantee that they'll make money on a busy night with lots of people. Then there's the other percentage of girls that'll come in because of the simple fact that they think weekdays are when the real ballers come in. No matter what type of girl you are and what type of night it is, you can make money. If you follow these steps and still don't have a badass night, then better luck the next day. Sometimes you got to cut your losses and keep moving forward. But if you play the field the right way and follow these steps, then I'm positive you'll kill it. These are obviously the posts from when I tried to create that little strip for it blog. Doesn't mean they're not valuable. I actually put in a lot of effort into these fucking tips. But I realized later that I hate kind of giving tips or like structuring tips, so it just made more sense for me to be myself and fucking blog about it. But anyway, number 1, don't waste your time. I know how hard it can be to read someone out that tells you he may go to a room but still isn't sure and he's keeping you around because he likes your conversation. I suggest you continue to stay with someone who's showing signs that he'll go to a room. So again, stay with him if you feel like he's high-key interested. That's how you know this shit was hella long ago, because who even says like high-key or low-key? I don't even know. But then again, I said, but if he's not tipping you well, $20 every 10 to 20 minutes, buying floor dances off of you or buying you drinks, I suggest you leave and possibly come back at a different time. I know if you're a dancer, you've been there a million times where you've sat with a guy for what feels like hours and he hasn't tipped you. Maybe he bought you one drink. You guys are having a great conversation, but you're not getting anywhere with them. He hasn't even asked for like one single dance as a way to like kind of get to know you or like see what you're working with. Well, then more than likely he's not going to do shit. And it's okay. Like sometimes you just got to fucking move on, leave him with a smile. Don't fucking be disrespectful, and then come back. See if, he's feeling it. Maybe he'll get more drunk and get some drinks in him and then he'll be ready. It's probably going to take him a few hours to make a decision, and most likely the money that you could potentially have end up making from him is only a couple hundred. You can make 5 times that talking to more people and finding someone that will get right to the point. Then just watch. You'll end up coming out of a room with someone else and he'll still be sitting at a table drinking a rum and coke while he wastes someone else's time. It took me like 7 months to stop investing so much time and effort into no money. I think that's why I had my second best night ever tonight, because of the simple fact I wasn't wasting time. Here's a great example. I start talking to some guy sitting in the corner by himself. We're laughing. He's complimenting me and I hear my name to be called on stage in about 6 minutes, so I offer him a dance before I get on stage. Then he hits me with one of these. Well, I gotta see you on stage first. That will determine if I get a dance or not. I said, fuck you. But I get it. He's trying to sound like the man. I don't know where the fuck I'm coming up with this dumbass. The man? He's trying to sound like the man because he wants to see what I'm working with. Like, bro, what? That doesn't make no fucking sense. Rachel, stop it. Ruby, stop. Well, listen, mister. You don't... I'm done. I said, okay, I'll come back later. Literally, that's it. I was like, I'm not about to keep fucking with him. Like, all right, buddy. Like, clearly you want to see what I'm working with. I'll come back later. I talked to a few other people right before going on stage, built up some good combos, and then when I came off stage, and instead of going back to him like I would normally do, I went to other men that I had better conversations with before. You see, what's usually comfortable to us is sticking with the same person and playing the little games of, well, let's go to a room, and the guy's saying, no, not yet, do a spin for me. Fuck that. Literally, it says next, fuck that. Walk away, because usually the guys who expect the most pay the least. So I go and get a few more dances, not even paying attention to the other dude, and as I'm walking around later in the night, I find him sitting in a different spot by himself. By that time, he's ready. So I take him over and give him a great lap dance to have him pay me $20. I ask for a tip, and you know what he gives me? $1. Gives me a fucking $1. Thank the stripper gods I didn't waste my time. When I first went up to this guy, at least based off of what I'm reading, I probably went up to him, talked to him a little bit. As I'm talking to him in the first couple of minutes, I hear my name get called. I want to make it quick. I want to get this fucking dance over. I don't want to go straight from the conversation with him to the stage and just think about him looking at me the entire time and not even know if he's going to tip. So I'm like, do you want to dance before I go on stage? He doesn't want to right now. Great. I'm going to go walk around, build up my confidence or whatever. And then I'm going to go on stage, and hopefully the people that I talked to before I went on stage will come up and tip me. And if they don't, it is what it is. I'll get off stage, go talk to other people, not even go up to that same guy, because I just felt like he was going to waste my time anyway. And he more than likely didn't tip me on stage. And that's probably why I didn't go back up to him after I got off. So after he walked away, I didn't even feel bad about it because I knew I didn't spend that much time. So that's number 1. Don't waste your time. Keep it moving and find the ones who feel a better vibe and connection with. Number 2, upsell. I know it's sometimes easier for us to give a regular floor dance and let the guy walk away rather than dealing with the nerves of asking the question. Why don't we go somewhere more private? Look, the worst he can say is no. The more you ask, the more chances you have of multiple people saying yes. So make it happen, Captain. I had a guy take me to a 30-minute room, and I could tell he was really enjoying it, so I suggested spending more time. He 100,000% wanted to do whatever I wanted. So he ended up prepaying me for 2 hours of my time and left early anyways because he was getting too drunk. Oops. But do you get what I'm saying? When you see an opportunity to make more with the same person, take it. So remember, don't waste your time and upsell to the people who won't waste your time. Secure the bag. Ruby. That's when I started putting in my little signature. But it doesn't even say how much I made in here, but obviously if it was my second best night, I'm going to assume that it was over 3,000. I've had some crazy, bro, I really hope that I don't even know if I put this in. I don't want to say this story if I know it's going to come up. I just can't remember when it was. I want to say it was later in 2019, so we're definitely going to get to it, but I've had so many times, and there's even one that was really recent in 2022 during the summer where I did not expect this guy to even go to a room. I had saw him the day before because I can't even say this because then it's going to give the club away. Can't say it. But I saw him 2 days in a row, right? And the first day, he wasn't really like looking to do anything. I think he maybe got like a small room with a girl. But the second day, not only did he get a room with me, he got a room with my friend that he didn't even like. And then we thought he was donezo. He fucking ended up getting like 3 hours just because we asked. And that's a story you're going to get to in like months from now, maybe even years from now, depending, because I don't know how fast I'm going to go through these stories, but there's some fucking good ones. Okay, so let's see what else we can find. Okay, here's another story. We're going into May of 2019. Okay, so I did my last story was from the very end of April. Now we're going into May. Here we go. So I'm sitting here at home after a very short-lived night at the strip club. I don't think I've ever seen the club look that slow since I've been there. If you follow my posts consistently, which who the fuck would, because I never posted. What the fuck I thought I was doing. I don't hold back my earnings. Sometimes I can go from a night of multiple bands to a night with absolutely no bands. I used to get mad about it, like seriously mad. But the great thing about a strip club is that you can literally make your own schedule and go back the next day. So when you're having a shitty night at the club, you've talked to everyone who's available and literally are having no luck getting dances, you can either, number one, wait it out and keep trying, or number two, go home and come back the next day. If you're on a time crunch, going out of town, or having other plans in the upcoming days, then number one might be your best bet. But if you're like me and have the ability to come in and out whenever you want, then I just take the rest of the night off, which is what I end up doing. You don't have to stress yourself out or be upset with the night. It is what it is, a strip club. I know it's hard because the truth is, there's always money in the club, but sometimes you just aren't around for it and another lucky girl is having her best night. Oh, fucking well. The breaking point that made me want to leave tonight was when a guy basically told me I wasn't good enough to dance for him. Laugh my fucking ass off. I'm not very egotistical, but I would never in my fucking life ever go for him outside of the club, which is obvious. Like, all of us girls, when we have a guy basically degrade us in the club, the first thing we're thinking to ourselves, doesn't matter how much money he has, it doesn't matter like if he's a baller, if he's famous, if he's a fucking nerd. The only thing that we're thinking in our head when a guy degrades us in the club is, I would never go for you. What makes you think that you can come into my house and disrespect me, basically, and shit on me? So I think that's one of the worst things. One of the worst things in the strip club is definitely that, is people really getting like their feelings hurt and for whatever reason taking it out on you, or like trying to make you feel some type of way just because of you being a stripper. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I said, I'm not stuck up. I'm not a bitch. I'm actually really friendly. I even took the time to listen to him rant on and on about a business he's building. See, I told you, if he's successful, it doesn't even matter. If he degrades you, fuck him. Anyways, I know my worth, and someone like that isn't worth any girl's time. Go home, Roger. Do you get the point here? Either wait it out or get the hell out of there and take the night off. I'm going to eat an Easter chocolate marshmallow egg now. Bye. Secure the bag, Ruby. Must have been around Easter. Yeah, it was. May 1st. Anyway, but no, I mean, I've come across every single human being that you could probably ever imagine. And when I'm in the club, I'm totally myself for the most part. Like, if you were to meet me outside the club at a random bar, and I would tell guys this in the club all the time. They're like, oh, you're putting on like this show for me. Like, I'm sure you're not like this at all outside the club. Like, you're just trying to make me feel good. At the end of the day, it's puffed up for sure. It's definitely puffed up, but I would never say anything that I didn't mean, because at the end of the day, if I am saying something like, oh my God, you're so handsome. Oh, I love your hair. Ooh, your body's so great. Like, you can tell if it's not genuine. Like, you can tell. You know what I mean? Like, if that's like a girl's complimenting your shoes, like, oh my God, I love your shoes. Like, where'd you get them? Or like, if you're a dancer, another girl is talking to the guy that you had first, and the first thing she says to your ass when you sit down is, oh my God, you're so pretty. Like, bitch, you know damn well you're taking my fucking customer. But it is what it is, right? So, like, these guys will be like, oh, like, you act like this to everyone. You treat everyone like this. I'm like, no, if you were to meet me outside the club, if we were to meet at a bar, I'd be the exact same way. Like, it's so hard for me to fake this shit because at the end of the day, I want to enjoy it. It's hard to keep up with lies if I have to constantly keep up with lies of, like, what I told these guys or whatever. But another great thing is being able to kind of just be yourself, but also be anyone you want. So there was times when I would tell guys I went to UCLA. I would tell guys I was in law school. I would tell them I was fucking 35. I told them that my real name is Booby. Like, and that's why I made my stripper name Ruby. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just say whatever. So it's fun, it's light, and if I get caught in a lie like that, I don't really give a fuck. But in regards to, like, you know, lying to these men and telling them, oh my God, they're the best thing since, like, sliced bread, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? The first thing they do to piss you off, you're turning around and back at them and be like, you're not even attractive anyway. Like, you know what it is. It's just going to be spiteful. And I think it's better to walk away from situations with your head held high and a positive attitude. And it took me a long time to kind of get into that mindset. So anyway, but nights like that, I've had some shitty fucking nights. And I remember this one time, it was at a different club. So my main club for the first year in Vegas was like one club. And then I got fired from that club. I got 86th, actually. I could never go back. I didn't get to go back for 2 years until finally I was able to speak with like a decision maker. They let me fucking pass like one individual like gatekeeping, and then I finally got to the decision maker and was automatically reactivated like that. Like, it was crazy. But this other club that I had worked at after, or like right before I got 86th, I was working at this other club as well. And then when I got 86th, I made that one my main club. In this club, there was a guy that came in. He was actually kind of cute. And I'm not going to lie, I think I ran into him again in real life like 2 years later, which is crazy. I don't know for sure. I never ended up getting his number because he got in a fucking argument with one of my old close friends when we were in the valet section. They started cussing each other out. Anyway, long story short, this really attractive dude, I was trying to talk to him, right? You know, like just trying to like flirt a little bit, see if I can get a little money. And he was like being really, like he was acting too good, basically. Like he was too good to be there. Like, oh, he's on and popping. Like he doesn't fuck with strippers. He doesn't pay for dances. Like he doesn't do any of that. I'm like, well, then why the fuck are you here? He's like, oh, I'm with my friends or whatever. And then as I'm walking away, I was like, all right, bye, John. And that's obviously not his name. I just said something hella, like, I was just trying to be weird. Not weird, just like a smart ass. I was like, all right, bye, John. He's like, first of all, he's like, tighten up. Like, as, like, my body, or lose some weight or something like that. I was like, you fucking bitch. You know what I mean? But if I would have realized that was him 2 years later, that was the same guy, which I'm almost positive it was, because, look, he ended up getting in a fucking argument with my friend in the valet area for no reason. Like, no reason. And so I'm like, it must be the same guy. You know, Vegas is very small. So anyway, shit like that, it just brush it off. And, you know, now that I'm retired, I don't run into situations like that anymore because I'm not on the floor working my fucking ass off, talking to people, coming across all these different personalities. But at the same time, I kind of am. In my business currently, I'm in like the short-term rental Airbnb space, and I also locate for people. So I have my own properties, and then I also help other people find properties, and I collect an acquisition fee, like a finder's fee. Like, I helped you find this property, I negotiated the terms for you. I made sure that I ran the comps on it to see how profitable it'll be. Like, I'm doing the work, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to charge you a fee, and I'm going to be upfront about it. I'm going to be transparent about it. But some people don't like to get charged, just like people in the club. They don't want to get charged. They don't want to pay, or they want discounts, or they want to complain about it, or you see their real personality. And there's people, even in like when there's no liquor involved, no drugs involved, people can still be fucking dicks. So at the same time, it's like, it doesn't matter where you go. It's going to be somewhat universally the same. And I think stripping really helped me kind of create that mindset. And I already felt like I was kind of good with people, but stripping really shaped me in regards to meeting all different types of walks of life and being able to somehow adapt to the best of my ability in every situation. So as I continue to go through this life, the only thing that I can really say that roots back to the lessons that I've learned while dancing is people are going to test you. People are going to piss you off. People are going to call you out on shit. But at the end of the day, I would never try to react in a defensive way, more so in an understanding way, but still letting those motherfuckers know. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, leave your comments below. Any questions, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.